event and at the Jersey Shore, the Grade 1 Haskell Stakes for the top 3-year-olds, going the distance of 1 mile and 1/8 with $1 million in the prize purse. And when we talk about some of the best in the sport, Joaquin, journalism arguably right there for what we have seen already for this year.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's been one of the stars of the sport in here for journalism, and Aaron Wellman, Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners, and the team and trainer Michael McCarthy. We go back to his most recent start. This was in the Belmont Stakes. He's had 5 big runs so far in this 3-year-old season, with the San Felipe, that big 108 buyer in his 3-year-old debut, the Trouble Trip in the Santa Anita Derby, a bang-up race to finish second on the first Saturday in May, the eventful trip in the Middle Jewel in the Preakness Stakes, and then here's the matchup between Sovereignty and Journalism once again. And on this particular day in New York, Sovereignty was just best, and Journalism's still going to run a very credible second, the only horse to compete in all 3 jewels of the Triple Crown. He is the 4-5 morning line favorite, and he should be based off all his top performances that he's put forth this year.
Roberto Rispoli will be in the irons again for Michael McCarthy, and certainly has a great chance in this year's running of the Haskell aboard Journalism. In terms of other directions to look, could there be a runner that may be lightly raced, just making start number 4 goal-oriented for the one and only Bob Baffert?
I think to give you an idea of just how much of a later start goal-oriented had to some of these other 3-year-olds, when he broke his maiden on April 6th at Santa Anita, that was just the day after the Santa Anita Derby in which Journalism won. And then his second start came on the Derby undercard on the 3rd of May. He won an allowance race. Talking to Bob Baffert before the Preakness Stakes, he said, look, he really became my Preakness horse when Rodriguez scratched out of the Preakness Stakes. They put him in there. We know the controversy and the fireworks that happened at the top of the stretch, and you have Journalism, Gosger, and goal-oriented from the Preakness Stakes all coming back.
When Bob Baffert heads out to the Jersey Shore,
play around.
It's not to catch up with Snooki in the situation. Bob Baffert holds the record for trainer wins in the Haskell with 9 for 16, 56% win rate lifetime. So when he's sending a runner, he's sending the best of the best, and he's looking to win this race.
Including a Triple Crown winner in 2015 as well with American Pharaoh. I was talking about Gosger a second ago for trainer Brendan Walsh. He's lightly raced. He's a son of Nyquist. He's had 4 lifetime starts and 2 victories. He won the Lexington Stakes 2 back, and here we go to the Preakness Stakes, the controversial Preakness Stakes I was talking about. You have Journalism and goal-oriented. They're bouncing off one another right there. And now Gosger, he's in front of all that trouble. He opens up by 5 lengths with Luis Saez, and then he's going to get run down here by Journalism. In the case for Gosger and the Haskell, if you couldn't beat Journalism when he had all that trouble at the top of the stretch, how are you going to beat him with a cleaner trip in the Haskell if they both have clean trips? I
felt like just yelling out, he's coming, watch out, go faster. But that line just couldn't come quick enough there for Gosger, the Grade 1 Preakness. So looking for a bit of improvement, and it looks to be quite the rematch there with Journalism as well. So it's a very competitive field of 8 for this year's edition of the Haskell Stakes, and we will have 2 of the best live on site. I feel like I'm always saying Andy B is the people's champ. What's Dave Weaver? Because he's got to be right there with her.
Oh, I know. This is one of Dave's favorite racetracks to go, and one of his favorite parts of the country, because the Meadowlands and East Rutherford, New Jersey is not far away. So there's going to be plenty of standardbred racing for Dave right into Haskell Day with our on-site coverage out there in Oceanport, New Jersey. And the $1 Million Haskell is part of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. It is a win and you're in towards the Breeders' Cup Classic at Del Mar on November 1st.